Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shooting the with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today, I did a little video on what I think of the Glock Gen V now and how I think I was wrong in the argument that they were just trying to get ahead of the anti-gunners. And I also think the people that said they bowed down to California were wrong because it doesn't seem like they've done that either. I made that video today. So today I want to hear what you all think of the Gen Vs now that you know what changes are being made. Did you hope they were going to do more changes and they didn't and you're sad? Were you afraid they were going to change too much? And now that you see they change very little, are you happy? Do you think the California issue had anything to do with it, or was it just bad timing? Do you think they'll even be California legal, even with the changes? Or was this just a way for Glock to limit liability with the Glock switches? Something they wanted to get out of the way right now. Let me know what you think. Like I said, if you want to know what I think, go over and check out my video today. I'll put a link in the upper top of this video where you can go over the upper corner of this video where you can go over there and watch it and see what I had to say. But today, let's see what everybody else had to say. But before I do that, let me remind everyone that right now we are doing toy guns for tots, and it is not doing well. We are not anywhere close to even matching what we did last year, much less beating it. So if you want to help out, go over to my website, tympistolproject.com. Let me bring up the actual window here so that I can share it with people so they can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking. Let me share the window right here. If you look right here on my website, tympistolproject.com, the very first thing on the website is a way to donate to Toy Guns for Tots. And if you donate $20 or more, you get entries into the drawing for the giveaways. The main prize is going to be a 590 retrograde Mossberg shotgun, one of my favorite pump shotguns. It's actually my favorite pump shotgun. And it's going to come with two stocks, one plain and one with the special Toy Guns for Tots engraving on it. So go on over, get donate and get registered and help a kid have a Merry Christmas. Also, if you want to buy merch, you can go down just a little bit on the page, click on that. You can go over to my Shopify store, and there's a store right there, Toy Guns for Tots 2025. Anything you buy from this website right here, or this portion of the website, gets you an entry into the Toy Guns for Tots drawing, and you're basically getting the merchandise for under cost. There's also stuff here like this ornament that has a front and back design that you can give to other people as a gift, and a mug that is the same. It's got the Toy Guns for Tots logo on the front. A donation has been made on your behalf to Toy Guns for Tots 2025 because of you and In Need Child's Christmas will be brighter on the back. So get those, give them out as gifts. Make great gifts. Get those mugs, put candy canes in them, wrap in cellophane. You got gifts for anybody that you have, like at the office, you want to do a certain gift, or you got someone maybe shows up and you weren't expecting them. So go on over there, donate, or just support the channel by buying regular merchandise, or becoming a TYMP member, a Patreon member, a Subscribe Star member. You can also register for TYMP over there, or you can nominate someone for Handguns for Heroes. With that all being said, let's get to the chat here, see what people got to say on the topic. Johnny Mandrick said, I'm a little more impressed they used California to make the change, less of a Glock fan hating at risk. I'm not sure I followed that, but I think I did. I think he's saying they used California to make the changes that would prevent the Glock switch from being used, which was giving them some liability potentially. But they didn't make enough changes that Glock fans will be mad. Because yeah, I couldn't see anything in there change that Glock fans should be mad about. State Hat says, kind of disappointed. Was hoping that they would improve the Glock cosmetically too, even just making the slide more visually appealing. See, now that's subjective because I don't mind the Glocks. I like the way they look simple. I do like the Gen 5s with the front serrations. I think it breaks it up a little bit, makes it look even better. But I like the simple looks of the Glock. So maybe that's just me, but I really do. And I knew they weren't going to make any cosmetic changes because they said the first thing is that, the Glock will look exactly the same. And in fact, it looks pretty much exactly the same, except for, the back plate's a little different. And even looks the same inside, except for a couple little changes. Sean Bain used his 35-month member chat. He's been in my WAP for 35 months to say, which means he's all wrinkly by now, I'm sure. He says, honestly, I don't care. Glocks are overrated. I prefer Ruger. Walther, 1911s and XD. I think a lot of gun people prefer. But, you know, the Glock tards are very devoted. Andrew, and I don't think they have a lot of experience with other guns. I don't know if they even know how to use them. They don't seem to vary their interests a lot, try new things. Andrew Avila chimed in and says, I never liked the grip angle before, so the V won't make it any better. They are nowhere near as perfect as 1911 out of the box, in my humble opinion. Well, they ain't perfect, that's for sure. And the grip angle is weird. It's been less so in recent years with, you know, the Gen 4 and beyond, but it's still not great. I will have to agree with that. And 1911s, I guess it depends on which one you get right out of the box, but some of them are nice. Nominal Snowman said, my Glock's Gen V, I think HK should make a P2000 and P2000 SK. What? I didn't follow that at all. My Glock Gen V thoughts. I think HK should make a P2000 and P2000 SK in 10 millimeter. Well, I don't know if they'd make an SK in 10 millimeter, but it would be nice if they did. I don't think they could make it as small as the regular SK, though. I think they'd have to increase the size, but that's got nothing to do with the Glock. Mr. Furley said, a Glock is a Glock. I'd buy a V model. There's no reason why I could see anybody wouldn't. If you're someone who loves Glock, I cannot imagine there's a reason you would say, well, I ain't buying them now because of the changes they made. Because they didn't really make any changes. Nothing substantial. It's mostly cosmetic. So I don't see how anybody would be offended by the changes they've made. I think it was the stigma that they had bowed down to California that a lot of people were mad about. And I just don't think you can make that argument now. Because I don't think these will be California legal. No one's answered that question yet. I asked that question specifically. Do you think they'll be California legal? And ain't no one answered it. Not even Tim Mueller, who tried to kill me. George Powell says, seems like a solution looking for a problem. I pull the thing and it goes bang. But more importantly, how does one get rid of butt cootie? You don't get rid of butt cooties. If you don't do your donation to Phil and he notices and you get the butt cooties, there's no cure for butt cooties. There's not even a reliable treatment. You just deal with the fact you got butt cooties. And everyone around you, unfortunately, has to deal with the fact you got butt cooties. Well, until it's no longer an issue. And I think we know what I mean by that. We got one more person weighing in. It's Jumpy Killer Ox here. And he said, did you see the rumors why Trump has been in effect? Oh, okay. This has got nothing to do with Glocks. They still going to have meh triggers. I'll read the rest of his comment when we get to the shooting the America Guns and Freedom podcast, because that was for America Guns and Freedom. But he says Glocks, they're still going to be meh triggers. Yeah, they're still. I don't see anything's going to change in the trigger at all. Trigger bar is even the same part number. So, like I said, anyone who had a problem with them changing, you shouldn't have a problem because they didn't change anything. All they did basically was change the shape of the back plate and put some little ridges in there to where you can't use the current Glock switches. So, and even then, you could probably change the slide, still use the same Glock switches, but as of right now, those are the only changes they really made. People that love Glocks aren't going to be offended by those changes. People that were morally upset because Glock bowed down to California, I don't think that's the case because they don't think they're California legal now. So it seems like it was just something they were planning on doing and they did it. So I just don't think I think it was a bunch of something about nothing. At the very least, I think Glock got a lot of attention because of it. I think a lot of it was negative, unfortunately, but I don't think any of that negative attention was actually warranted. I think that they basically made very little change and everybody should be happy if you love Glock. But that's it for us today. Thanks everybody for weighing in. I appreciate it. Those of you out there in YouTube land, what do you think? Do you think that worrying about them bound to California and all that, was that just overinflated garbage that a lot of us on YouTube engaged in speculation and created? Do you think it was just bad timing? Are you happy with the changes they made? Are you glad they didn't do more? Or are you sad they didn't do more? Let me know in the comments section below, and let me know if you think they're legal in California now, or go over to my video I did. Like I said, I linked at the upper corner, and let me know over there. If you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person, Come to our live chat. We do them every day at 6 p.m. So come on in. Let us know what you think. And stick around for the America Guns and Freedom podcast afterward. In fact, everybody stick around for that. We'll be doing it here in just a minute. Otherwise, I want to thank the people who did come today. I want to thank them for participating, for weighing in, even though they didn't answer the main point of my question. So thanks everybody out there, especially for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I will see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination.